Alright, today we are clowning around on Arena. Not me personally, but some of you guys are clowning around on Arena. We have a double Frank pick from Ryan and Vlad, the Impaler of your mom. Now, double Franks can only mean one thing, and that means very, very fast castle drops on Arena. And we had Wikipedia.gr playing as the Bulgarians, which is one of my favorite civs, which you guys probably already know. And we have a name that I obviously cannot read. We'll just call him or her Blue for now. And this player is playing as the Mayans. Now, Ploppy and myself, and I did a little bit more research on this, we were actually up against exactly this same strat a couple of games ago, where I was trying to make the Kuman Ram Rush work. That's something I've been working on. I really love the Kuman Ram Rush. It is super stupid. You don't go boom on Arena. You just try and end the game right there, right then, in Feudal Age. Hopefully your buddy comes and backs you up early castle, very early castle. And hopefully you're able to just take out your opponents. But as we were doing that, as we were trying to make this strategy work, we were up against two Franks. And they went for heavy castles, and they went for axemen after they saw what I was going for, which was ram, 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 ram. Obviously that one didn't work out, but we will see if Vlad the Impaler of your mom and Rhine can make this work. Now we are going to fast forward just a little bit, just because Arena tends to be a little bit slow in the beginning, and we want to get right into that juicy action. I don't know why I said that so weird, but you know what? I'm in a good mood. We're casting some games. We're having some fun. Nobody is yet to go to Feudal. We have about 15 pops, so we are going to speed this up just a little bit, pushing in some deer. I highly recommend that if you don't push in deer on Arena, that you should definitely start pushing in deer. It is basically just free food that you're not taking. The reason that I don't do it on, say, Arabia or something in that nature, and he's like, okay, I'm going to drop the castle over here. How about yourself? The reason that I don't do it on Arena, I don't push in deer, is because you need to worry a lot more about scouting. You need to know where your opponent is, you need to know where their scout is. They could do a quick Vil snipe on one of your villagers that is weak. There's just so much more going on. But on Arena, you should definitely feel comfortable in pushing in that deer. Except if your deer spawn on the opposite side of a gate, then it gets a little bit tricky. But there's even things that you can do in that situation to still be able to get your food. And it looks like Ryan over here is having a little bit of idle time, but nothing too major. Everybody's producing villagers left and right. I'm going to take a little bit of a look at everybody's base before we speed this up a little bit further. And ooh, that's a bunch of idle time for Wikipedia.gr. And in red, that's looking pretty decent, although I don't think that villager can get quite around that deer. Probably wants to shoot that other deer. That's another thing that you could do. If you're not comfortable pushing in deer, that's totally fine. What you can do instead is build a second mill there. And that will allow you to do your scouting. You saw red signaling over here. And oh, he got his scout into his opponent's base, probably because of a gate being left open. And that's going to be really annoying because that sheep is now out of Teal's control or Wikipedia. And we are going to speed this up just a little bit. We're going to keep on this perspective. And it looks like that scout is going to just try and be as annoying as possible. Is trying to get that food with a mill. We have everybody heading up to Feudal at this time. And yeah, just standard play from right now. But I mean, this could change any second because we're going to go straight into castle for most of these guys. We're at 27 pops, so I'm expecting a blacksmith and a market. Ooh, a lot of farming going on here for red. And let's see, is there a... Okay, there is the market from Reinen. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And we probably should see a blacksmith coming up as well. And then he'll basically be feudal as soon as he has the required amount of food. Actually, you could cancel that villager and maybe be up even a little bit sooner. Yeah, I don't want to get that stone upgrade yet because that's going to cost a whole bunch of food. But he already knows. He wants to go straight onto stone and he wants to make it happen right at the beginning of Castle Age. And if you see double Frank's pick, I mean, this is a meme strat, guys. This is a meme strat. if you see double Frank pick, they are definitely. How many times do I have to say definitely? Definitely going to castle drop you. Now, one big downside of picking the same civ as your opponent, or sorry, as your teammate, is that you don't get those bonuses stacked. So I believe the Frankish bonus is that your knights get +2 line of sight. You don't all of a sudden get +4 line of sight. But if you have, for example, Bulgarians and you have Mayans, then you both benefit from each other's. What is going on today? We're having quite a little bitsies of lags. My point is you get both the team bonuses, which is quite nice in comparison to only having one team bonus because you have the same civs. I saw this one game on AOE.net, and I was talking to Sandy about it, about a quadruple Turk pick. Now, I didn't see that game myself, but it's so stupid. In a 4v4, you pick the same civ 4 times, but you know what? That's what we're all about in this channel. We're all about stupid strategies, and it does look like blacksmiths are going up, and especially if you're going fast castle and you don't have any military, a couple of eagles could definitely deny that castle if you don't manage to quick wall correctly. And it looks like there's some signaling going on, scout being brought forward, and castle is being reached. 600 is a little bit short of... Oh, actually, no, he's Frank, so he could definitely drop that castle already. I'm surprised that he hasn't gone forward. Remember, Franks get the bonus of the cheaper castles. That's why this strategy is an actual thing. If they didn't get that bonus, then it wouldn't be a thing. And it looks like Vlad the Impaler of Yo Mama is a little bit faster here and is going to be able to drop that castle a little bit sooner. He is going to go right here next to that stone so that he can probably task those villagers to grab additional stone once that castle is built, and then slowly castle push his way to victory. Now, I have seen this strat where people drop the castle, right? Then they go to Petards, and we'll see if Red actually does go for that, and goes to Petards and then breaks the opponent's gate or something in that nature, and then just rushes in as many knights as he possibly can to disrupt the eco. So we'll see if Vlad the Impaler of your mom does go for that. Ooh, defensive castle here being constructed. That's going to be a little bit awkward. Does have knights already, so it definitely looks like they want to get into their opponent's base, but it looks like Ryan is going to run into a castle. I don't think he can rush his castle up faster than his opponent. And blue going for a boom triple TC play. And teal, it looks like he's aware of what's going on. Oh no, he's going 2 TCs as well. And oh, yep, but this is what I was talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about. So went for a petard, now going for another petard. What? Why this gate? Why this gate? Okay, I guess because he can range this gate from the castle, so it gives him another avenue. Very, very interesting. And already expecting... Oh, he has a castle there, so that's going to be awkward. Is he going to be able to get this up before his opponent? That is super awkward. But 2 petards, once this is up, from Ryan probably as well. And blue does not seem concerned about this at all. Nice additional walls added from... Wikipedia, because there's definitely some aggression coming his way. And there are the axemen. This is exactly what I saw in my game as well. And he's just trying to make as many holes in this outer layer of wall as possible. Is going to get that spearman quite easily. Now it has to deal with that long sword, but I think that would be relatively easy. You have the perfect counter unit for it. I think Wikipedia was definitely expecting his opponent to go for knights, and now yellow's knights are in here, and they're just gonna try. They're the wolves. Woo woo woo! Wolves are over here as well, and just trying to do as much damage to yellow as possible. Does have that Krepos ability, but this Krepos is not on time, not even by a long shot. And what are the upgrades on these knights? +1 attack. Okay, I think he should have definitely gone for the +1 defense. I understand that they want to make damage happen faster, but if you are going to be under TCs and whatnot, and ooh, quick walls, can he get in? I think he can get in. That's enough. And those wolves are still following. That's absolutely hilarious. They are now into the wood line, and that's absolute decimation over here. Meanwhile, it looks like we have a castle fight going on over here. And if they can take out teal completely, I mean, this could be GG right here. Another castle being constructed forward, another tower being constructed forward, and teal is in some serious problems. Not even caring about these wolves. Yeah, okay, there you go. Finally getting those wolves killed. And he's going to probably get that Krepos up. But how much does it even matter at this point? Ooh, that actually ranges quite a bit there. And that Krepos does not quite reach that. Meanwhile, we have a little fight between the spearmen. Ooh, can he deny this? It does look like this is going to be denied again. Although that knight is probably going to go down. Focus it down. Yeah, okay, it is going to go up eventually. But now it's protect his goal. And it's just chaos. Absolute chaos in Wikipedia.gr's base. I don't know why I keep saying GR. I could just say Wikipedia. But I also want to say Vlad's full name because Vlad the Impaler of your mom is a brilliant name. I'm just going to point that out. And finds the TC over here. And I think they're both 1 TC, right? Yeah, so they want to end it right here, right now. They don't want this to go late. But if Blue is able to boom up on all of those vills, he could potentially take this to Imp and take them down just like that. That is one of the risks. And if you are able to hold and wall behind, then this can be really good. So if you do face this strategy in Arena, all you need to do is make additional stone walls behind. And I think going for archers is a very good counter because they're just going to be making axemen, they're going to be making knights, and you can pick that off before they get anywhere near your additional walls. Yeah, they can go for petards, but petards are expensive, and petards aren't going to do very much against stone walls with archers behind it because you're probably going to be able to pick off a good number of petards before they reach your walls, and then you can wall behind your walls with, say, a house or something in that nature. That's also why after these additional petards, you see more petards being created. Why are we seeing more petards being created? This is petarded. This is absolute petardville. Wow. 4 petards at this point, 5 being constructed, 6 petards, 2, 4. Oh no, that was an axeman. But more petards are being constructed, and I think it's just going to take out this TC. That would be my guess over here. Meanwhile, has yellow broken into blue's base at all? No, blue is feeling comfortable. At the same time, teal is getting absolutely decimated. There are some pikemen from blue in support of his fellow teammate, but how much is that going to be able to achieve when the petards start rolling out? Just running this around, and really hard to take this food. You gotta delete these farms if they are on the range of towers, and I think this tower was a good tower. This tower was not super duper necessary. I mean, it does range that Krepos, but that doesn't really matter. And here come the petards! Petards! And gonna go for that. No! Oh, I didn't need that one. Okay, there you go. And now all of a sudden, he doesn't even have a TC anymore. I guess he has this back one, so not terrible. And honestly, they're not even in the worst position. They're only down 500 score, but this is so misleading. I would not be surprised if teal and blue called a GG here, although they do have a pretty decent composition. Let's look at how many. Oh, only two in there. They are slowly getting healed though. Are they now going to switch sides and go for the other side? That would be my assumption here. Oh, is walling with additional house walls. I think that's a very good play. Blue is definitely going to be the troublesome one here, as he is on free TCs and has tons of villagers and is already imp. So if he gets those trebs out and trebs down yellow's castle, this could be GG right there. We definitely still have a game on our hands. I'm happy that they didn't throw the resign into the ring. Oh no. Oh no, 9 more petards. What a meme. What a meme. Where are the knights? Where are the knights? Where are the knights? Where are the knights? Come on, you gotta kill these villagers. Petards! And he even tries to take out the blacksmith. That wasn't very cost efficient at all. Where are the knights though? There's no knights over here. I mean, there's no more TCs. Oh, I built another one. So there are still TCs, and once again, not very cost efficient, and just have to reassign where these villagers are going to go. GG is called. GG is called. I don't think this is GG at all. I really don't think this is GG yet. This is why you don't give up, because your buddy is going to be in imp. Oh, he calls the GG, and now it's a 2v1 situation. I don't think it was GG. I think you just have to be patient if you're Wikipedia. You know, you can't just search for the answers all the time. You have to be patient and fact check that stuff. Otherwise, it's garbage. And yeah, our blue player, probably not in communication with Teal at all, is Imperial and could now potentially, with some trebs, take down this yellow castle and potentially even steamroll the opponents. I've had several times with my brother where we walled in our opponent or did some really crazy strategy with Bulgarian men at arm rush and something else, you know, scouts or archers, where one person was completely dead, full feudal aggression, and they called it GG, but their opponent was quickly to imp. And imp armies, I'm telling you, they can steamroll, absolutely demolish Castle Age army if fully upgraded. And they also don't have a whole bunch of eco behind this. Okay, 2 TCs now from Reinen. How about Vlad the Impaler? Vlad the Impaler is quickly booming up now, but he is not quite near enough. 4,000 score. If Teal had stayed in the game and slowed his opponents down, because now they don't have to spend any additional resources on taking him out, I think they would have had a pretty good chance. Now it's tough, right? Now it's definitely tough. Now what do you do in blue situation? And oh, more petards hit this side of the wall. Additional walls are being created. That's why I was saying put those archers behind here. He is building additional walls, but I think this is kind of like the zombie apocalypse coming towards you at this point. You need to make something happen now, preferably 5 minutes ago, if I'm being completely honest. As yellow, very smart from Reinen, is healing up his knights. And probably another defensive castle will come out at some point. Let's see if he has the actual resources for that. Yeah, he does have the additional resources for that, and is going to be imp. And maybe the GG will be called right here, because now it's a 2v1 situation, and I don't realistically, with blue's composition, see him pushing here. But this is the double Frank pick meme. You go fast castle into quick petards, and then you either go knights or you go throwing axemen, or I guess if you want, you can go both. Such an absolute meme strategy, but you know, some people are making it work for themselves. Let's speed this up just a little bit. I think if we get one more big engage and blue loses his army here, he will call the GG. Now, I have one more game of these guys, which I'm pretty excited. I don't know if Vlad the Impaler of your mom is in that one. Maybe he is. But there's a triple Bulgarian pick. I forget if they win or if they lose. Doesn't really matter, but I just love casting people's games, and I love casting meme strats, and these are even getting converted at this point. Those monks do need to run, but those throwing axemen don't want to engage with those skirmishers there, very understandably so. But once red gets into this fight as well, I'm hoping that we don't have like a 7-hour game on our hand, because the whole strategy here from yellow and red is to end the game quickly, and I think they did a very, very good job at signaling out Teal, demolishing him, and having him resign. And the funny thing is, he's actually still watching this, so he probably feels a little bit bad about resigning, knowing that his teammate has decided to fight on, and I think they could have actually had a serious chance if he didn't resign. Oftentimes, the biggest opponents in games is ourselves, is believing that we've already lost when we haven't quite lost yet. And it looks like there's not quite enough helps here. Cavalier not trading very efficiently against helps, but if you have enough of them, trying to take out those trebs. It's trying to break through over here, and I think this is going to be a cleanup of Blue's army. And at this point, it's looking more and more GG. Double the forces, double the eco, and yeah, this is looking worse and worse. Even has to retreat that treb, and he's probably thinking to himself, I can still do this. But these axemen, man, these axemen are going to counter those helps. You need a whole bunch of skirms and much more mobile unit to counter the skirms is the cavalier than the halbs are to counter the knights. So I definitely favor the Frankish composition over the Mayan composition. And another one reaches Imperial, and once again at this point it probably should be GG. Wants to separate, it seems like, those halbs from those skirmishers. Does need to keep those halbs close, because once again at any point these cavalier can just swoop in and absolutely demolish those skirms. I will say, good play from Blue to stick in this game and not just give up on it. Definitely realized that he still had a chance, and that is a lot of cavaliers, so does have to retreat, but now chooses to engage. Probably want to use these against those halbs, but once again overwhelmed by numbers. Red isn't even over here. Red's still over here. He still has a whole force behind us. Will completely envelop those skirmishers, and yeah, GG is finally called. Kudos to Blue for playing on. I do have to give him a lot of credit for that. And let's take a quick look at the stats. Military, technology. I did want to see how many buildings Ryan raised. Oh, sorry, Flat the Impaler did most of the building raising. I think walls also count towards that number with all of those petards that he threw at it. That was hilarious. But at the same time, this is like, I know, I'm a fan of stupid strategies. I know what I signed up for, okay? But this one, in my opinion, I mean, well executed. Good game plan, well executed from Ryan and Vlad the Impaler. And I myself encountered this as well, so maybe that's why I have some feels about this particular one. But you know, do you have fun? And I really don't think this game was over. Look, as soon as Teal resigned, like, this could have been an exponential growth for Blue over here, but instead his teammate resigned, and now both of these guys could focus all of their energy and their attention. I actually think that Teal resigned somewhere over here, and now they could all focus their attention on Blue. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the double Frank Castle Rush on Arena.